Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thinning of the Veil podcast. I am your host, Tia Smith, and this is episode number 15. And this is another short how-to video on how to locate your ancestors' patriarchal blessing. This is another video that is better to be watched. So if you're watching on YouTube, I wanted to just quickly go over how you can tell the difference between a video episode and a podcast episode. The video episode thumbnail will fill up the whole screen, and the podcast was just listening only will only fill up partial screen with black around it. So when you're going to watch this on YouTube, please make sure that you're clicking on the thumbnail that fills the whole screen for this episode. With that being said, you can also watch it on Spotify. It's important, I felt like, that to talk to you today and to kind of teach you how to access your ancestors' patriarchal blessings. Because just like we are blessed with spiritual gifts and blessings from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as we enter into the covenant path and as we make covenants with God, we then assume some spiritual gifts just from being in that line ancestry line. So the concept then is moved even closer to us than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through our direct line ancestors and their patriarchal blessings. We receive spiritual gifts from them and blessings that are blessed upon their posterity, which is a pretty cool thing. Now, I realize that a lot of you out there may not have ancestors' patriarchal blessings. I do feel like, though, you are in the beginning or you are the forerunner of all of these blessings happening to your children and grandchildren. So you're in a pretty cool spot to be able to be that first one whose spiritual blessings are getting disseminated to your children and grandchildren. This is a special opportunity to get a patriarchal blessing, and they are given through revelation and through priesthood authority. So it's really cool to go back and look at those who came before and what they were blessed with. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into it. All right. I'm going to first talk a little bit about this picture that I have on the screen, just so that we can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about. This picture is a picture of my Harker heritage. My grandmother was Leah Harker. She married a Campbell, so it was Leah Campbell after she got married. But my grandmother is this little girl right here in the middle with the cute, dark piggy tails. And I have been told that I resemble her not only in physical characteristics, but also her spiritual gifts. She was an avid genealogist, which I didn't know at the time when she was alive, because I was one of the younger grandkids. And by the time I really got to spend a lot of time with her, she was older, and we just never had that conversation. Plus, it never was on my list of like wanting to even know about. She kept meticulous records as much as she could. She filled out those 4 generation charts that we all filled out till kingdom come. Luckily, technology has been given that is a little bit easier and that this work is moving forward faster. But she made sure within her abilities that she was given that temple and family history work was center in her life. And just like I look like her, I also have been blessed through her and through all the rest of my previous ancestors, different propensities, just like your physical characteristics are passed down through DNA, whether you have dark hair or blue eyes or a round face, or you can run fast. All of those things are given through DNA. The spiritual gifts that we're talking about are given through priesthood power through the generations. So it's cool to go back and look at your ancestors' patriarchal blessings and see kind of what gifts they have, and therefore what gifts can maybe be handed down to you. The first way I'm going to show you, though, is on your cell phone, and you want to make sure that you go to churchofjesuschrist.org, not Family Search, not Tools, not your Gospel Library app. You're just going to go to churchofjesuschrist.org and you're going to sign in. Usually that password is the same that you use for Family Search. So hopefully you're remembering that password and you're getting that down. So step number one is just go to churchofjesuschrist.org. Step number two, after you log into your church account, you're going to locate 3 lines on the top left-hand corner of your screen, and you're just going to push that button. So step number 2 is finding the 3 lines at the top. Step number 3 is clicking on the resources button, and that is located towards the bottom of your screen, and it's got a 3x3 square. Little dots. So you're going to locate that button and press it. Step number 4 is clicking on the patriarchal blessing button, and the arrow on that one is right through it. So you're going to want to locate that. That's again towards the bottom of your cell phone screen. That's step number 4. So after you've pushed the patriarchal blessing button, step number 5 is you're going to locate family blessings, the family blessings button, and that is in the top center of your screen. It should say Tia, or this screen should say patriarchal blessings and have your blessing there so you can access it. And if you don't know how to do that, then this is how you do it. Now, if you're trying to access family blessings, you're going to click on family blessings, and then that will take you to a screen where it says request family blessings. And you're going to click that plus button. It says request family blessing. And then the next one is you're going to fill out the requested information. Now, usually with this situation, I have 2 tabs open, one on churchofjesuschrist.org, and then the other one is Family Search, because they're going to ask you the birth date and the death date, the family member's full name, and then how you're related. And so for me, it's just easier to toggle between the two because I don't know all of that information off the top of my head. So that's what you do. And then you're going to click request. Now they will send you a notification. It's not instant. It may take some time because it has to be researched. And some of those blessings don't exist or they can't find them. So don't be surprised if you get some that say, can't be fulfilled, because that's just part of the process. But you can go through all of them. Now, again, they have to be deceased. They cannot be alive, and you cannot request them if they're alive. So if they're passed on, then you can receive those blessings after they do the research and prove A, that you're related, and B, that there is a patriarchal blessing for them to have. So that's the quick, easy 1 through 7 step on your cell phone. Now I want to go into how to do it on the computer. And we're going to go right here to the Church of Jesus Christ website. Now I have already logged in. For some reason, I get the spinning death. Okay. All right. So after you log in, you're going to go to the resources button again. Now, the resources on a computer is in the top right hand screen of the of your screen, top right hand. You're going to click on that resources button again, and it's going to pull down a menu, and you're just going to choose patriarchal blessing again. And you're looking again for family blessings. So you click on family blessings. And in this scenario, it's going to pull up, because it's on a larger screen, I can show you. It's going to pull up some of the patriarchal blessings that were fulfilled. You can see that my grandfather, Hans Petter Pedersen Stragard scheme, they couldn't meet my request to find his patriarchal blessing for whatever reason. But then there's also ones that, and it will tell you why on the notifications. Amelia Wharton, though, they were able to find she is a great grandparent of mine. And if you click on the PDF button, it will pull up her patriarchal blessing. Now, here's the deal where us older generation have a leg up on the younger generation because we were actually taught cursive in school because a lot of these blessings are going to be in cursive. And Google Translate, I don't even know, I don't know if it translates uh cursive, maybe it does, but if not, go ask an adult who knows how to read cursive. But the cool thing is it kind of goes through the whole blessing as it's recorded and as they have it recorded on the church records. And a lot of times it will tell you, obviously, it's the same as any other patriarchal blessing. It gives them their lineage. Now, the cool thing about this that I've realized is that a lot of my ancestors were blessed with the gift of beholding of angels, ministering spirits, the gift of discernment, the gift of healing. There's just so many cool gifts in there that I believe are being transferred to me in my life, based on their relationship to me. And it's cool to read through these different, see, I've got all these different blessings that I can read and look through and process, um, and understand that they are 100% part of me as well. Now, some of these may be hard to read, obviously. Some of the newer ones, like my grandmother's, Leora Woods, was actually typewritten, so that's helpful. But that's how you access the ones that you have already been given. Now, if you want to request more, then I'm going to take you back to the previous screen. And it's going to just be the same process as it was on your cell phone after I stop spinning. So you're going to request family blessing right here. And then again, it's just choosing you want to have two tabs open on this one so that you can fill out all the information. The more information you give them, the easier it is to locate the blessing. So make sure you're very good at filling all of the lines out that you can, because that makes their job in the records department a little bit easier for them to find the blessing itself. Uh, this has kind of been one of my favoriteest things that I've been able to access through my family history work is seeing how I'm related to, first of all, my ancestors' spiritual gifts and what their blessings are for their posterity. A lot of these blessings contain certain blessings that are given not only to them, but extended through their posterity. And you can learn a lot from those blessings about yourself and about your spiritual gifts that maybe you didn't think that you had, because I believe these come down through the patriarchal order, just like, again, with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we received those spiritual gifts, those spiritual priesthood powers. That also comes from our direct line ancestors. So it's just been a great blessing and an eye-opening experience, and another testimony to me about the familial relationship to God and his son Jesus Christ, and to our forebears who sacrificed in the gathering of Israel. A lot of my ancestors were blessed to gather Israel. Now, obviously, their calling was to do it in a little bit different way that I am doing it now, but I am carrying on the work that they so faithfully and with much sacrifice started. And I am grateful for that. And I hope to extend an example to my descendants about the gathering of Israel and the importance of it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this very quick how-to video on how to access your ancestors' patriarchal blessing, and go try it out. And then after you find some, if you can't read cursive, then go ask someone a little bit older than you who has eyes to see and can read cursive. So thanks for joining me on this very quick tutorial, my friends. I hope that this will be rewarding for you. It's been rewarding for me, and it's just been a blessing in my life in so many ways. And I hope to see you next week. We're going to be talking about this duality of faith and unbelief in our lives, because I feel like we need to kind of circle the wagons again and talk about those two things as we've been learning about, revelatory experiences and the thinning of the veil and spiritual gifts and angels. All those will come to you if you have enough faith. And sometimes we need to maybe nail down a little bit better what faith is in our lives and what unbelief is in our lives, so that we can navigate that and hopefully put ourselves in positions where the thinning of the veil happens more regularly for us. So tune in next week, my friends, and hope you have a great week. We'll see ya. Goodbye.